Which of the following gaming systems do you own? Xbox, PlayStation, iPhone or Android, Wii, DS, or other?
PlayStation.
PlayStation. How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more than 3 hours?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violent behavior in real life?
Well, I would say it depends on how much you play. Like, if you play a lot, I guess you kind of get like brainwashed to think a certain way. But if it's for a little bit, I would say no.
Okay. How do you feel after playing video games?
I would say happy, unless it's like a really hard game. You can be.
Okay.
Android, that's it. 30 minutes?
Or more than 3 hours?
It's about 30 minutes.
Do you believe there's a correlation between the violence in video games and real life?
No, I don't believe there's any correlation because the violence in video games is very unrealistic to the situations you face in real life. I really don't think there's any relation.
Okay. Thank you.
Xbox, phone, and DS.
Okay. How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more?
Including my phone, probably 2 hours, just when the phone is on.
Okay. And do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
Yeah, because the kids learn it on the TV, so they're gonna do it.
This is subject 05. Okay. Which of the following gaming systems do you own? Xbox, PlayStation, iPhone, Android, Wii, DS, or any other gaming system?
I have an Xbox 360. Yeah.
How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more?
I'll say 30 minutes.
Okay. And do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
I say up to a certain point, yeah, because people can take videos really seriously and they'll want to connect it to real life situations.
Okay, so this is subject 08. Which of the following gaming systems do you own? Xbox, PlayStation, smartphones, Wii, DS, or any other?
Smartphone.
How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours?
Okay.
Okay. And do you think there is a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
Yes.
Why?
It's just the more violent the video game, the more people think it's okay to act in the same manner.
Okay, how do you feel after? This is 09. Which of the following gaming systems do you own? Xbox, PlayStation, smartphone, Wii, DS, or other?
I own a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360.
Okay. How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
Yeah, I think there is actually because more people play these games every day, so I guess it influences what they think and how they would act in certain situations.
Okay. How do you feel after
Successful.
I'm successful?
Yeah, because I just wasted some time on like school and
This is subject 10. Which of the following game systems do you own? Xbox, PlayStation, smartphone, Wii, DS, or other?
I have a smartphone.
Smartphone. How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more?
Probably about a half hour.
Do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
Nah, I think it's dependent on the person, not like video games at all. Just like movies, it depends on the person, not the media.
Okay, and how do you... This is subject 11. Which of the following gaming systems do you own? Xbox, PlayStation, smartphone, Wii, DS, or other?
I have a Wii and this thing. Oh, and I have a DS, yeah.
Okay.
So an Android.
How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more?
I guess an hour.
Do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
I guess slightly.
Describe why.
Kind of like, well, if you play video games, you're gonna be more like, yeah. Like, because it's just like unrealistic, like Call of Duty, and then people get like an unrealistic vision of war and like all that stuff. So it's like they think that it's not like what it really is.
to get like a glamour.
Yeah, they think it's easier than it really is.
Okay. And okay, this is subject 12 and 13. Which gaming systems do you own?
Nintendo Wii, forever.
Alright, so I own a Nintendo Wii, an Xbox 360, a PS3. I have owned a Nintendo 3D, a Nintendo DS, a PSP, but that broke. I've owned a game. I still have a GameCube that I pick up every so often, and I owned all the old PlayStations and Xboxes. I still need to get the new 3DS, so I'm getting that for like my birthday. I think.
I had a Wii.
And I have an iPod. So yeah, I have a lot of devices.
Okay.
Computer.
Laptop.
Computer, yeah, of course.
An iPod.
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you play video games a day? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or more? If so, how many?
It's more like before from like when I was little, and that would be like an hour a day at least.
Depends if I have a new game or not.
Yeah.
I've
Also,
kinda-
yeah, that's true.
I kind of beat them all, so you know, I got bored. And now I go to the laptop to read.
Yeah.
Like 10 hours a day.
Okay. Do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
Actually, yeah, like my parents, my mom taught a bunch of like children with like different mental, like not like disabilities, but like just different children when she worked in Japan, and those kids played really violent like war games and stuff. And she remember one of them went up to her and said, "I wonder how it feels to kill a person in real life because I did it in the game and I also kind of want to try." And that's what the kid said. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. As for me, like I just play like really cute games, so
Do you know how old
that's
this
it.
kid was?
It was like elementary kids, like middle schoolers.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of
Like
creepy.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you? Do you think there's a correlation between violence in video games and violence in real life?
I think it depends on how influenced you can be. Like it depends on like how strong your willpower I say is.
Yeah.
Because I play the occasional violent one, but I don't really think I'm like violent.
Yeah, I mean, like I play like Mario Brothers, but I don't go jumping on random animals down the street.
Or down random sewer pipes.
Yeah. I mean, if you play like Legend of Zelda, like I have gone up to my friends with like my rolled up like Bristol board and like started whacking them with it, but I don't know if it's because of that.
I've been on the end of that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Pretty much.
And how do you feel after playing